there are birds that fascinate straight away. When others join in, a group of like-minded people quickly comes together. If the leader gives a sign, they set off together. Often the journey is the goal. With their formations, they set a clear sign of inner cohesion to the outside world. The group is based on mutual respect.
Es ist jetzt länger als ein Jahr her, dass ich hier auf dem Parkplatz vor dem Vereinsheim der Cobra stand und zum ersten Mal Berührung mit dieser eigenwilligen Familie kam. Es war wie die Begegnung der vierten Art und es war Oktober und es war Oktoberfest.
The sound of freedom. The guys from Cobra MC Pattaya meet for Oktoberfest. Bavarian music, Bavarian beer, Bavarian food. What more do you want? What seems martial to some is romantic to others. Stone, the chairman, does heavy labor. 100 hogs that evening. Audience with the best driving license age. And properly dressed either way. The boundaries between the nations are blurring. Resi, a bit different than usual, but definitely worth seeing in the world of nostalgic guys. What are the goals of such a motorcycle club?
Ist einfach das Zusammensein, die familiäre Gemeinschaft, die Partnerschaft, der Brüderschaft, einfach Motorrad zu fahren und halt hinzugehen und die Zeit zu genießen.
Wherever whiskey is poured, you will find the Thais. And right next to it, the Norwegians.
Alles klar, ja.
Whoever wants to live by the biker's creed must be baptized. A ceremony normally only known to FC Bayern Munich footballers when they have become champions. Thais also live according to the creed of bikers.
Now, I happy so much from biker another country come right from freedom. No war. Thank you very much.
Bikers get along without big words. The motorcycle connects them as a cross-border symbol of freedom. He has been giving the Cobras since 2009. First President Steve, an Englishman. Second President, Nine Finger, Germany. Today, his compatriot, Stone, presides over the club. The board of directors of the Cobras consists of 6 members. They meet once a month in the clubhouse for a board meeting. The chairman of the Cobras has given himself the biker named Stone. Anyone who tames around 24 Cobras in the club can also cope with a blow at home. Urs has 2 tasks. First, the finances and then the documentation. He only knows one direction in both, upwards. The only thing he can't let rain down is money. The screwdriver is irreplaceable. He keeps the machine running and, more importantly, he arbitrates if there is a misfire among the members. Chris is the vice chairman. He always comes to Thailand when he feels like riding a motorcycle, otherwise, he sells blinds in Germany. Most weighty member, Chang Noi, a kind of general staff officer who plans and calculates all the Cobras' rides. Gusi, the secretary, takes the minutes. This time, he makes a note of where the day trip should go. It's Chocolate Lake. Lawn is a foreign word for the Cobras. The way is the goal. Bikers love formation riding. Order and discipline are a matter, of course. It doesn't have to be educated. Everyone brings them with them. Refreshment at a Chocolate Lake, Vanilla ES. The journey is not always the goal. Sometimes it can also be culture. Whoops, what was that? Left turn and nothing like that. A cursory glance is enough to memorize the image. Then the goal, Manpachon Siam Garden, discovered for the Cobras where one biker spotted straying from the group and lost. Now, he is leading his comrades into a sculptured garden that is unlikely to be seen a second time. Oh! More than 1,000 sculptures confuse the visitors. Heroes, gods, spirits, scholars. Only if you look around you will find the operator of the garden and find out that Sermchad created the garden. The son of Rama V had opened his eyes to enlightenment.
ในพื้นที่นี้เนี่ยก็จะมีศาสนาต่างๆมากมายเช่นศาสนาพุทธศาสนาคริสต์และก็ศาสนาฮินดูนะครับซึ่งที่นี่เนี่ยเราไม่ได้แบ่งว่าศาสนาใดเป็นศาสนาที่ดีนะครับแต่เราคิดว่าทุกๆศาสนาเนี่ยเป็นศาสนาที่สร้างให้ทุกคนเป็นคนดีครับผม
Before Stan's father died, he told his son that the garden was inspired by God. The Cobras on their way home with a short rest on an airplane parking area, which meanwhile means more to the Thais than their own culture. But that's another story. Put your helmet on. Embark on a new adventure. Stone had targeted Sattahip on the Gulf of Siam for his Cobras. This is where it should go, to the Biker Cafe. A look on the internet suggests that the cafe is something like a Disneyland for motorcyclists. Their imagination is started at the push of a button and leads the visitor into the land of two-wheeled dreams.
Ich bin schon mal vorausgefahren, um mir ein paar schöne Motive zu suchen. Eine Fundgrube für einen Filmer.
Works of art inside, works of art outside. Cows in orange instead of purple, breasts with 4 nipples on high heels. Here the man gets his money's worth, the small one, like the big one. Here you could even let the macho hang out in a quiet place. The Biker's Cafe, unique in Thailand. Martin and Achara have been running the cafe for 18 years. They are not afraid of strong men.
Nein, sie sind lieb und süß.
Und auch untereinander, es ist kein Ärger. Und wenn Thai-Familien auch hier sind, benehmen sie sich ganz, ganz anständig. Es ist wirklich ein Zusammenspiel der verschiedenen Kulturen, der verschiedenen Länder und der verschiedenen Menschen und Mentalitäten hier. Und das ist einfach einmalig hier. Ja.
After all, everyone wants to leave a good business card. The Cobras are also always welcome. And here they come. Motorcycles for sale in the Antrions. But who needs a Triumph 2500cc? If you like it spicy, you can go inside for the Thai menu. When in doubt, the chef will give you a recommendation about his international cuisine. And while the Cobras are devouring their prey inside, yours looks for new highlights outside. A Saturday excursion by many, a routine event for the Cobras. And everyone is wondering, why should flying be more beautiful? Unforeseen biker gathering at Sukhumvit in Pattaya, a rival of the Cobras. All clubs from Chonburi province came. Babylonian tango of languages, but one understands oneself. The occasion is a sad one. A biker has died after a serious illness. Vinay, president of the Chalk Riders. The big biker family pays him their last respects. A few weeks later, the Cobras stand up for a minute's silence for the eldest member. One chair has been empty in the clubhouse since September 20. Chang Noi has created a photographic obituary for the person sitting next to him. Udo was a senior member of the club. External characteristics: a ring for every finger. Regarding his inner values, one member said, "If everyone were like Udo, there would be no problems in the world." After a short commemorative drive, the Cobras arrive at the Wat Nok Brew Temple. The brother is to be cremated here. One last group photo. The last escort. A week later, Kan Nung carries the urn to the final resting place. For chief boatman Udong Hersok is the sea. The former comrades of the Glucksberg whistle sighed. Udo has finally disembarked. Blossoms adorn his last path. Biker Bernard has swapped his helmet for a mask and his Harley for a moped. Bernard is accompanied by his wife Appen. Food for 110 people is stored on the sidecar. Pattaya in lockdown and Bernard distributes the portions to the homeless. Most of them are still asleep at 6 a.m. When the first ones wake up, distributing them would be a little faster. Even if a skull adorns the robe, a sensitive heart beats under it. Do not forget to wash your hands. Beach Road, Pattaya. Most of the 1,000 or so homeless people in the parched sex metropolis sleep here. Now, people can't even afford a mass. Before you eat, in times of corona, this applies more than ever. On, and on. That was how it had been in Bernard's script. But then the image on a cow took over the direction. Rest in peace, Bernard. It wasn't the Cobras' first trip to the Chameleon Social Center in Rayong. Stone had announced the visit, but this time, everything was different than usual at the entrance gate. End of the journey. Masks are vital here. If COVID is added to AIDS, this combination could be fatal. Despite all cordiality, contacts are limited to the bare minimum. Only the leader of the bikers is allowed in. That's why the same applies to good friends. Hands up! The Chameleon Social Center, extinct. Although more than 158 sufferers are cared for here. Francis leads Stone into his kingdom. He had once told Stone that as a young man, he lived only by the grace of God. Every year, the Cobras come back and bring Christmas presents for the 20 children who are housed here. That fails this time. This time, it has to straighten an envelope with money. Radiant children's eyes for giving presents are only available from canned goods past years, because Francis wants the door to the chapel as much as possible, rarely open. It takes many people to examine a biker club like the Cobra's point of view. Correspondingly, many cameras. We screen Stone, the president, from the front, from the side, from above, from outside. The chocolate side of the Cobras, certainly. But there are also sequences that you prefer to keep to yourself. but which is also interesting anyway. Ua. A stone tattoo session provides an opportunity to ask questions from which the chairman cannot run away. Example, after the martial symbols on skin or cow.
Boah, habe ich da eine Antwort drauf? Das ist halt die Sache, wie man halt dann dazu steht. Dass man sich das dann halt tätowieren lässt und für immer auf der Haut hat. Dass man hinten dran steht und weil ihm das halt gefällt, wie deine Tochter vielleicht auch sagt, weil der Schmerz so geil ist.
And what does CFFC mean?
Cobras forever, forever Cobras.
Another topic. How political is CFFC?
Oh, das ist jetzt gar nichts. Politisch. Wir sind gar nicht politisch eigentlich. Jeder hat seine Meinung, wo jeden akzeptiert wird, ob die in die Richtung oder in die Richtung geht. Also mit Politik hat es eigentlich nichts groß zu tun.
But woe to him who threatens her freedom.
Der Weg der Freiheit könnte wunderbar sein. Achten wir gut darauf, dass wir ihn nicht verlieren. Ich danke euch.
Den Vorteil, dass wir in Thailand immer noch im Land der Freien sind, wo es in Deutschland schon lange nicht mehr der Fall ist. Wo alles zensiert wird, vorgeschrieben wird und durchgesetzt wird auf Biegen und Brechen. Das ist hier halt alles noch ein bisschen lockerer und deswegen macht es auch umso mehr Spaß.
Noch auffällt, es sind fast nur Männer dabei.
Frauen dürfen natürlich mitfahren, dass wir jetzt nicht frauenfeindlich sind, im Gegenteil. Aber im MC selbst, reinen Motorradclub, sind eben nur Männer.
And one more thing. You hardly find any young faces among the bikers.
Die Interessen gehen in andere Richtungen. Die alte Garde noch, die Old School, wie man da sagt, unter den Bikern, die stirbt langsam aus. Es kommen also immer weniger neue Jungen dazu. Es ist halt noch von damals zum Ursprung 60er Jahre, 70er Jahre, da wo das Ganze gegründet wurde ist und anfing, läuft langsam aus.
What remains are realizable values.
Der Zusammenhalt, dass man sich auf den anderen auch verlassen kann und halt dieses Freiheitsgefühl, sagen wir mal, wenn man unterwegs ist, egal wo, miteinander teilt und miteinander erlebt.
The scale of values for bikers cannot be easily wiped away. Anyone who tries to do this is confronting an uncomfortable opponent. And now, a look into the future.
Während ich diesen Film drehte, gleichzeitig an einem Roman geschrieben. Und zwar geht es um die Zukunft Deutschlands im Jahr 2048. Meinen Romanhelden Navin, den musste ich ja irgendwo einbetten. Und durch diese Biker fiel mir ein, Mensch, du machst einfach eine Bikergruppe im Hunsrück und das sind die Hunsrück-Rebellen. Und diese Hunsrück-Rebellen, die machen gegen die aktuelle Regierung 2048 mobil und erleben ihre Abenteuer. Und dabei wollte es dann der Zufall, dass ich in einer dieser Bikergruppen in Thailand was ganz Besonderes entdeckte. Nämlich, da gab es einen Biker namens Ott, der baute an einer Bazooka in einer Vespa drinnen. Und das schauen Sie sich ja mal an, wie das Ding funktioniert.
Jawohl.
Wo sind wir hier? Und das hast du aufgenommen?
Genau, ja.
Wie viele Biker waren denn ungefähr?
Oh, da waren sicher 2.000, 3.000.
Bikers meeting in Thailand before Corona.
56 Wochen, alle Gläser sind zerbrochen. Zwischen den
Gehört das auch zu Bikern?
Ja, das gehört auch dazu, ja.
So bikers don't completely do without women.
Es geht nicht darum, dass andere um dir sehen. Ich wünsche dir noch ein richtig geiles Leben. Denn wie du dich veränderst, will ich nicht.
Canned nostalgia.
Ich wünsch dir noch ein geiles Leben.
And then the disc lights went out, extinguished by a virus. No problems for real bikers. You are returning to your roots. At least in Thailand, a German guest of the Nomads makes comparisons.
Also bei uns in Deutschland ist es natürlich auch schwierig. Die Szene lebt natürlich weiter im kleinen Kreise. Große Veranstaltungen sind da alles abgesagt oder halt im 3G-Regel oder 2G-Regel nachher auch. Und wir hoffen natürlich alle, dass es nächstes Jahr dann dementsprechend die Lockerung gibt, dass wir halt dementsprechend wieder fahren können und uns mit den ganzen Brüdern treffen und Freunden, befreundeten Clubs in ganz Deutschland halt oder Europa. Und
Hope also dies last among bikers. My resume.